Then the all-creating sovereign mind of perfect purity proclaimed the ways of explanation which explain the general instructions regarding all things, because she is the sovereign of all teachings. Listen, O great Bodhisattva, because I am the general instructions on the things I am proclaiming, the 5 ways of explanation which explain the meaning of the definitions by means of the 5 general meanings. The instruction explaining the meaning of accounts of transmission, the instruction explaining the meaning of root, the instruction explaining the meaning of yoga, the instruction explaining the meaning of the intended aim, the instruction explaining the meaning of the word. First, I shall teach the explanation of the meaning of accounts of transmission, because they provide the basis for faith. I shall teach the meaning of the root, because the root of all things is encompassed in the mind. I shall explain rudimentarily the meaning of yoga, because the particularity of each vehicle needs to be detailed. I shall explain that there is a need for the meaning of purpose, because it is taught that there is no purpose in striving or achieving. I shall explain the meaning of the word in accord with the letter, because the meaning of non-discursive thinking should be understood. O great Bodhisattva, now to the explanation of the meaning of the accounts of transmission. First, because it is taught to be a basis for faith, the explanation of the meaning of the accounts of transmission is taught. The explanation as to the blessing coming from the own being, the explanation as to the teaching about my own actuation, the explanation as to the integration of meaning with word. Also, you ought to believe this because of the way in which the source originated, that from me, the all-creating one, the teacher's 3 manifestations originated by means of my own being, actuation, and words. Listen, O great Bodhisattva, the explanation of the meaning of root, because everything which is encompassed in what appears and exists as animated or inanimated, such as everything that belongs either to the Buddhas or to the sentient beings, is made by me, the all-creating sovereign, mind of perfect purity. There is no other thing from the primordial, nor anything outside of the mind of perfect purity, because the entirety of what exists is taught to be me, the mind of perfect purity. This explanation of the meaning of root is given. O great Bodhisattva, listen now to the explanation of the meaning of yoga. What I, who transcend cause and result, teach is the essentials of Ati Yoga, the great perfection, despite the fact that the teaching of the manifestations of complete communal joy and that of truth maintain that there are individual peculiarities in the different Tantra and Yoga classes. It is taught to be the consummate Lord, distinct from all other vehicles. For this reason, this teaching is called the stipulation of the meaning of yoga. O great Bodhisattva, listen to the explanation of the meaning of purpose. Those Ati Yoga adepts of propitious karma who have had faith in me, the all-creating sovereign mind of perfect purity, for countless kalpas in the past, they will know that there is no doctrinal view to contemplate, nor vows to observe, no salutary acts to strive for, no path to proceed on, no bhumi to be practiced, neither cause nor result, nor the dichotomy of absolute and conventional reality, neither meditation nor achievement, because they realize that bodhicitta cannot be generated through striving, and that there is no antidote to the 3 poisons. They will see the own being of the all-creating mind. This is the explanation of the meaning of purpose. Such she spoke. O great Bodhisattva, listen to this explanation of the stipulated meaning of the word. It is taught that all things, just as they appear, are suchness, that is me, the all-creating mind of perfect purity. If the nature of suchness, the all-creating mind, is not proclaimed with words and letters, then sentient beings with a capable mind will understand it, and thereby the nature of suchness will appear unveiled. If thereby words and letters are proclaimed, it is known as the stipulated meaning of the word. O great Bodhisattva, whatever accounts of transmission are told, they are the accounts of transmission of the teacher, the teaching, and the retinues. The nature of the retinues emerges as the teacher's 3 manifestations from the 3 aspects of the teacher's all-creating own being. There are 3 ways to proclaim the teacher's 3 manifestations. These are the accounts of transmission of the teacher's 3 teachings. Whatever is proclaimed as root, it is so due to the fact that the teacher's 3 manifestations emanate from me. Therefore, whatever dharma is proclaimed, it is taught to have its root in the mind of perfect purity. This explains the definition of the meaning of root with regard to the teacher, the teaching, and the retinues. Although my own being is one in its suchness, the four yogas have their yogic particularities as to their related doctrinal views, practice, vows, and ways of achievement. Thus, they are not in accord as to their individual particularities. To overcome striving and achieving at the Hatha Yoga stage is the explanation of the meaning of yoga. The explanation of the meaning of the purpose. If one sees one's own mind as suchness and as the stipulated purpose of all sentient beings in the threefold world, one will not dwell at a stage where one clings only to the words of the Buddha. By virtue of this insight, one will gain the Hatha Yoga. However, those of narrow faculties and those without proper predisposition will not understand what is unveiled and obvious. They are like those who search for a precious gem by working away on a piece of wood. Those of good faculties and proper disposition will recognize that with regard to the Hatha Yoga, there are neither doctrinal views, nor vows, nor salutary acts, nor bodhisattva stages, nor paths to enlightenment. That neither the generation of bodhicitta, nor the reflection on causation, nor meditation or achievement provide an antidote to the three poisons, and that the absolute and conventional are not two different things. Thereby they will see the mind's own being, such as the stipulated purpose. Such she spoke. The definition of the meaning word is such that by pronouncing the word, i.e. the non-existent word and sound of meaning, which also does not exist, inactivity is seen as the meaning. By realizing that the all-creating mind is not in need of any activity, the teaching of the meaning of word is given. Such she spoke. This is the 13th chapter of the all-creating sovereign mind of perfect purity, in which the ways of explanation pertinent to the mind are discussed.